What's up, everybody? This is Zay with Masondogg Academy of Technology. So I'm coming today with a very great foundational video for everybody that's looking to get started with crypto. So this is for anybody that is a complete beginner. Maybe you're looking at getting into the crypto space. Maybe you just got started. It doesn't matter what level you at. I promise this will help you out. Okay. So before we jump into what we're going to be talking about, let's just take a quick look at the market for today. As you can see, the website that I'm on is cryptobubbles.net. So I love this site. This is what we call a market screener. Okay, so screeners is a site or a platform, an app, whatever that is giving you kind of an overview of what's going on in the market. So there's a ton of different options. There's a bunch of different screeners. The reason why I like this one is it's great for beginners because it's nice and simple and it's just visually pleasing and it's fun. You can come, you see the bubbles, you see the colors, you see whether stuff is going up or down. Um, I'm not gonna get into the site completely right now because that's gonna be a whole nother video. But just kind of looking overall, today most things are up, just really mainly because uh a lot of stuff was down earlier this week. The market was down earlier this week and last week. The market's been cooling off, so that's why everything is kind of up and green today. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of this stuff. All right, let's get to the nitty gritty. Okay. So this video is going to be just an introduction and helping people get started as complete beginners. So here at Mason Dog Academy of Technology, what we want to do is we want to help teach, right? That's why it's an academy. We want to help educate, help inform people to help them to get started in this space. Okay, it's not too late to get started. It's not too late to get in. Anybody can do it. You just really need to have a foundation and a plan and understanding what you're doing. So this is going to help you out in doing that. All right. So if you're somebody who is interested in the cryptocurrency space, or like I like to call it the digital asset space because it's much more than cryptocurrency. I like to refer to this space as digital assets. All right. So if you're someone who's looking to get started in this space and get started investing, learning, trading, whatever you want to do, this video is for you. All right, so I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, okay? I know when you're first getting into this space, you want to jump straight here. This is where people want to be. Everyone wants to get started and start making money. They want to, get a coin, see that coin go up, see their balance go up. I get it. I understand completely, right? You got your bags packed, you're ready to go to the moon. You're seeing all of these returns. I mean, look, I don't blame you. Look at this. Look at this. We got stuff up over 50% a month, 1,000% a month. If we go to the yearly, look at these numbers, right? So I know everyone wants to jump straight into the gains, right? But before you get to the gains, you have to be ready to learn. Okay. That's the first step. You have to be prepared to learn. So I like to use examples, analogies, right? So think of this as if you started a new job, right? Let's say if you start a new job. Now, when you start a new job, you don't get to work right away. It doesn't matter what field you're in, what industry, what job, there is some type of training. There's some type of learning curve, right? You don't show up to the job day one and, expecting to get things done, to have everything figured out. There's some type of training that's involved, okay? So here's a mindset that you need to be in. If you're a complete beginner, you have to come into the space ready to learn. You have to come into the space ready to understand that this is something totally new. This is something that you don't know yet or understand. So you have to get down some basics. All right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna help you to kind of guide you through the learning process, if that makes sense. Kind of like a guide or a coach. Okay. None of this is financial advice. I'm not going to tell you what to invest in. I'm not going to tell you what to buy. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to teach you how to learn these things for yourself. Okay. So you need to be ready to learn. That's step number one. If you're not ready to learn, if you just want to jump in, if you have the YOLO mindset, the lottery mindset, the get rich quick mindset, and you just want to jump in, go ahead, have fun, right? This video and this channel is for people who actually want to get an understanding of what they're doing. All right. So let's get into the process. All right. First, you need to have a basic understanding of the blockchain and Bitcoin. Okay. You need to understand what a blockchain is. You need to understand how blockchains work, right? What is Bitcoin? How does it work? Okay. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to have a full understanding, but you need to have at least a foundation. Okay. Um, Understand blockchain, understand Bitcoin, learn what a wallet is, right? All of this stuff you can do um really in a short amount of time, but you want to keep going over this stuff and keep learning from different ways. So what I recommend, this is how I recommend to learn anything. You know, this is not just crypto, this is just stuff in general, okay? I'm a visual person. I like to go to YouTube. Okay. YouTube will help you. Just go to YouTube and search for whatever you want to learn. Uh, let's say if you want to learn about wallets, right? You can go to YouTube and search something like Bitcoin wallets explain. Okay. Something simple like that. And it's going to be multiple videos. And guess what you should do? You should watch multiple videos. Okay. Watch until you understand, right? Find these things, find these little graphics, right? You just go, same thing. Go to Google, Bitcoin explained, right? And you just keep reading them. See, this is what people don't want to do. They don't want to take the time and learn and figure stuff out, but this is how you get better, okay? This is where the growth is made. This is how stuff start to click, because if you just jump into this space and you don't understand the basics about how a blockchain works or how to set up a wallet, then what you're going to be doing is you're going to be asking a lot of questions and hitting lot of roadblocks later because you didn't put in the time to do the research. Okay. Then you're just, it's going to save you a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of heartache. And not to mention, if you don't have a basic understanding of these things, you can lose your money. Okay. Security has to be your number one priority. All right. In this space. So, what do I mean by that? You're taking ownership, okay? You're taking ownership and taking responsibility for your wealth. All right. So up until this point, most of us, you rely on your bank to watch over your money. You rely on your advisor or, your financial agents to, watch over your investments or your accounts. Okay. With digital assets, you are taking ownership. Okay. So you have to understand how to secure your things. All right. So that leads right into number two. All right. Step two, learning how to buy and store digital assets. Okay. And I'm gonna even add another step in here because this is what we're gonna get into a lot on this channel as well. Okay, you need to learn how to research and find and determine what you want to buy. Okay, so when you get into the space, of course, you hear about the market leaders like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, etc. Right? These are market leaders. However, what about all these other things? Should you invest in these tokens and these coins? Right? So you have to learn how to do your own research. And how do you learn that? Again, I recommend YouTube. All right. I might you guys let me know if you're interested in this. I might do this in the future on how to find or how to research things on YouTube. right? How to find good YouTube channels or good YouTube videos because there's a lot of good stuff out there, but there's a lot of misinformation out there as well. So you have to be careful. Okay. But you need to learn how to research, buy, and store digital assets. All right. This goes right back to your wallets. Most of the stuff is going to be held in a wallet. So you need to understand how wallets work, what type of wallets you need, what type of wallets interact with what chains, right? You have to learn about all of these things. Okay. So you have to have some time. That's one. You have to be ready to learn and you have to have time to learn. Okay. You have to have time to put in. How much time will you need? A lot of people ask me that. Um, I think that's really based on your schedule, but I would recommend at least starting with, start small, 20 to 30 minutes per day, right? If you set aside 20 to 30 minutes per day, starting your day, ending your day, that's a really a good starting point. That's a good foundation. I would recommend, of course, and naturally you'll probably grow from there, but you want to at least have this amount of time. Now, if you say, "Oh, I don't have 20 minutes per day," I highly doubt that that's true. But let's just say if it is true, if you don't have that 20 minutes, you need to find it, okay? Maybe throughout the week at some point. If you work, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, on your off day, find 20 minutes. All right. It doesn't matter how busy you are. You can make time for whatever you want to if it's a priority. All right. Getting started in this space should be a priority to you. If you're looking to build wealth, if you're looking to change your financial situation, if you're just interested from a hobby standpoint or whatever, it doesn't matter. You have to put the time in. Okay. That goes with anything. Okay, so all right, so we got understanding the blockchain, Bitcoin and wallets. Step one, learn about security, how to secure your assets, learn how to research, buy, and store your assets. So again, you need to know this is a key point and thing that you need to understand is onboarding and off what I like to call off ramps. Okay. So this is how you're getting in and out of the crypto space. Most of your onboarding, you need to learn about how to set up exchange accounts, what type of exchanges you want to set up accounts on, what type of exchanges you want to avoid. All right. You have centralized exchanges. An example of a centralized exchange would be like a Coinbase or a Robinhood versus decentralized exchanges. Okay. You need to understand the difference. And if I've lost you, that's totally fine. You probably don't know all this stuff now, but again, I'm just kind of laying stuff out for you. You need to start to understand how to get in and out of the market. Okay. If you go here and you say, wow, um, I wanna buy some AVAX. How would you get some? How would you find it? Right. So again, I'm gonna teach everybody how to use these sites, but just since we're here, here's some of the exchanges. So these are all the options and places where you can trade this token, but how do you know which one is best for you? Right. So this is stuff that you want to know, you want to understand, okay, that you need to learn. All right, next, what we want to do, let me start separating this stuff too, so it's kind of easier to see. All right, so next, what you want to do is you want to build and start to build a portfolio, a solid portfolio, long-term holdings. Okay, what do I mean by this? You want to start building some positions that in some projects or coins or tokens that you plan to hold for a long period of time. Another term that people like to say is like your blue chips, right? Your blue chips are things like the top assets in the space, like Bitcoin. Um, I just said them earlier. ESO, XRP, etc. Whatever you feel like is your blue chips. Now, some people might say, well, why would I buy these when I can go buy some of these smaller altcoins which have more room to grow? Well, you totally can, but when you're first getting into the space, it's best to have some type of foundation. Okay? You want to have a foundation. You want to have some skin in the game. You want to have a set or a base that you can build upon, right? When you first get into the space, it's good for you to have some of these top tokens because they're gonna bring some stability to your portfolio, right? If you look over the week, right? Imagine getting into a project and potentially losing 20-30% in a week, right? That's what happens with some of these smaller tokens, or maybe even in a day, potentially. With the bigger blue chip stocks, these are going to, yes, it's still volatile, yes, it's still risky, but it's going to give you less risk and less volatility. And we'll get into that a little later. Volatility. Okay. So what do I mean by this? This is an easy way for me to put it, okay? When the market is going up, right? Everyone wants to be in the small cap risky plays because they might go up um 30, 40, 50%, 100%, who knows, right? During those type of moments, these plays, these bigger projects, they're not gonna 2x, in the matter of a few weeks, or they're not going to they're all but they're also not going to drop 30 plus percent in one day. Okay, so what am I saying? When the market is going up, you want exposure to the smaller plays. But when the market is going down, you'll be happy that you have this foundation because these aren't going to drop as much as some of the smaller plays. Okay. And I can build and talk more about that later, but you just want to come in and have some type of long-term bag. Now, the next thing you want to start doing, and this is where the fun starts, okay? This is where we get into the exciting part. You want to learn how to start generating some income. And then that income, this is again not financial advice, but this is just what I recommend, what my strategy, what I've seen work for myself and for other people is to build the foundation. And then once you have some your foundation set or you have some passive income, then you can get into the speculating and trading and getting into these much riskier plays. Okay. Like if I go here and I go from let's go down to like lower on the list. So this is like the top 100, top 200, 300, um and this is in a day. Okay. So you see how some of these are up, some of these are down 20%, 30% a day. These are the more riskier plays. Okay. The further down you go on this list, the more into the trenches that we go. Okay. Now, again, everything's up right now, but if this was a down day, trust me, a lot of this stuff would have much bigger numbers, especially on the red to the downside. But you want to start looking at generating some passive income. So how can you do that? Well, we have something called DeFi, okay, which is an acronym or a shortened a nickname for decentralized finance, okay? And we're going to talk about that a lot here because it's one of the best ways to truly build wealth in crypto. And basically, DeFi is so the current our current system, banking system is you might see it referred to as TradFi or centralized finance, traditional finance, centralized finance, right? Um, so basically, everything that you do at a bank, okay, let me find a better graphic. Where's a graphic that I like? This is the one I like. Okay. Everything that you do at a bank, basically, you can do on the blockchain. All right, so let's think about banking and what do banks do, right? Why do people keep their money in a bank? Well, you put your money in a bank so that it's protected, quote unquote, You put your money in a bank so that it's accessible, quote unquote. You also have your money in a bank to where you can access certain products that the banks offer. It might be, CDs, investment products, deposit products, basically places where you put your money, you can earn some type of interest or get some type of return on your money. So everything that you can do at a bank, you can do on the blockchain, directly interacting with the blockchain with no middleman. That's why it's called DeFi or decentralized finance, because you're not relying on a centralized source like with the bank, right? How many times have you had money in the bank, but for whatever reason you weren't able to access it, or you weren't able to access all of it, or maybe you had some issues, or maybe you got questioned about, what you were doing or anything like that. So you don't have to worry about that, any of that with DeFi and with the blockchain. So some people may say, well, how can I generate passive income? Well, you can earn daily interest on your money, on whatever assets that you have. And this is with several different platforms on the blockchain. So there's let's just look at a few. What are some top DeFi projects in the space? So you have things like Uniswap, Compound, Aave, Curve. You have lending protocols. We're gonna get into all this stuff later. All right. Um, yeah, what is DeFi? A revolutionary sector that harness blockchain technology to impact the financial landscape. So you're trying to use all these big words. It's basically, guys, in short, DeFi is banking on the blockchain. That's for really the easiest way to think about it, but it's just more options, it's decentralized, and it gives much better returns than you get at your bank, okay? Or even on centralized exchanges. All right, and we'll talk about that later. Now, step five is kind of like the end goal. All right. Again, this is kind of a broad overview, like a top-down view of kind of how to navigate. But once you go through all these steps, you understand the blockchain and wallets. You set up your wallets, learn how to research, buy, and store. So you did your homework, you got your wallet set up, you did your research, and now you bought some assets and store them. Now, you move on to step three. You've built a solid portfolio. You got a bunch of blue chip stocks. I'm sorry, not stocks, blue chip coins or tokens, which is managing your risk and your volatility. Now you're getting into DeFi. You're able to generate some income, and you're taking that income and putting it into, some of the more smaller, riskier plays. You're earning interest on your assets daily, and you're making some money now. Step five is where you want to start to diversify those profits into other assets. So let's say you've been in the space for a while in the crypto for a few months, few years, what have you. You've made some decent money. Now you're ready to rotate some of those profits out. You might take some of that money and maybe invest into business. Maybe you might have or get some real estate, right? You might be like myself right now and stocking up on precious metals. The opportunities are endless. Okay. So again, the goal is to build a portfolio, start to generate some passive income, and then diversify. And then guess what? When you start doing some of these things are gonna make you money. And guess what you do? You take some of those profits and you can put it back into crypto. All right. So you're just kind of creating a cycle of wealth, right? This is how you build wealth. This is how all of this stuff can be done together. And it's a great time to do it. Okay. Don't let people make you feel like it's too late. And I'm going to show this quickly before I go. Let's look at world. I thought I had a browser with all these tabs. Okay, yeah, here it goes. Where'd that just go? Perfect. Okay. So check this out, you guys. And it's funny because Bitcoin actually just moved up on the list because before I've been showing this to people, it was kind of down here in between these two, but it just moved up. So this is the top assets in the world by market cap. All right. It's including public companies, precious metals, cryptos, and ETFs. Look at where we are right now. Okay. Number one asset in the world, gold, $19 trillion in gold, and it's rising. Okay. Next, Apple, 3.5 trillion, Microsoft, 3 trillion. Nvidia 3 trillion, and I'm sure this is not 100% accurate, but it's a good ballpark. But look at where we are right now. There's only $2 trillion in Bitcoin. Now, some people say, "Why would you say only? That's a lot of money." Yes, it is a lot of money, but not in the grand scheme of things. Okay, because look at this, it's still behind Amazon. These are single companies, so ultimately a lot of people are comparing Bitcoin to gold. They're saying Bitcoin is digital gold. So let's just say even if we were to get half the market cap of gold, okay, and if you don't know, market cap is how much money is in this asset. So if the gold currently has a market cap of, let's just call it 20 trillion dollars, right? If Bitcoin were to get half of that um market cap, that would put it at $10 trillion. That's still a 5x from here. Does that make sense? So if Bitcoin did a 5x, then that would put the price over $500,000 per Bitcoin. Now, some people may say that it depends on who you talk to. Some people will say that's going to happen very soon. Some people might say it can never happen. But I believe that is possible and that is sooner than we think. I don't know when, but it's soon. We're on the way because again, before we've been climbing up this list. Okay, look at the stuff that look at the stuff that's under Bitcoin. It's past silver. It's past Saudi Aramco, which is the the most profitable oil company. It's past Meta. It's past Tesla. Semiconductors. Berkshire Hathaway. Bigger than Walmart. Okay. Bigger than Chase. Eli Lilly, Visa. All right. Bitcoin has already passed all of this. So even though it's come far, it's still a long way to go. All right, in comparison to the rest of the assets in the world. So the space is just getting started, and it's not too late for you to get started. So again, subscribe to this channel, comment, hit us up with any questions that you may have. I'm looking for people to let me know what type of content that you guys want to see. What will help you out? So if you have some questions, if you have some ideas on content, just drop us a comment. If you like this video or you didn't like this video, drop us a comment, leave us a comment. We're going to be looking forward to getting your feedback and doing more. Yeah, so what one video that I do plan on making in the near future will just be kind of going over this site, the screeners, like this site, like CoinGecko, like CoinMarketCap, just kind of showing people how to navigate through those, and we'll keep moving from there. So thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Again, this is Zay here with Masondogg Academy of Technologies, and we are out. Deuces.